Here, Remington, Colt, a Root, Smith Wesson.
25 most revered revolvers from the Wild West. Want to explore the 25 most revered revolvers from the Wild West? You'll discover the fascinating stories behind each one, the design features that made them stand out, and the lasting impact they had on American history. Number 25. Colt Single Action Army, the Peacemaker. The Colt Single Action Army, commonly known as the Peacemaker, is probably the most iconic revolver from the Wild West era. First produced in 1873, it quickly became a favorite among lawmen, frontiersmen, and just about anyone who needed a reliable firearm. You can imagine it as the iPhone of its day. Everyone wanted one. What made the Peacemaker stand out was its single-action mechanism, meaning you had to manually cock the hammer before each shot. Sure, it wasn't the fastest in terms of firing rate, but this feature added to its charm and reliability. Its legacy goes beyond the dusty streets and saloons of the Old West. The Peacemaker has been immortalized in countless Western movies, becoming a symbol of frontier justice. Think of any classic cowboy film, and you'll likely see a Colt Single Action Army being twirled, fired, and holstered. The best part? They're still being produced today. But hold on, the next revolver is just as fascinating. Number 24. Smith & Wesson Model 3 Schofield. The Smith & Wesson Model 3, often referred to as the Schofield, is another heavyweight from the Wild West period. Introduced in 1870, this revolver was a favorite among some of the era's most notorious figures, like Jesse James and General George Custer. If the Peacemaker was the iPhone, the Schofield was like the sleek, innovative Android that offered something a bit different. What set the Model 3 apart was its top brake design, which allowed for rapid reloading. Imagine being in a gunfight and being able to reload faster than your opponent. That's a significant advantage. It was chambered in various calibers like .44 American and .45 Schofield, offering versatility in power and performance. The Model 3's impact is significant, even if it didn't achieve the same legendary status as the Colt Single Action Army. Its technical innovations were ahead of its time, and its use by famous figures only added to its mystique. In many ways, the Schofield represents the ingenuity and adaptability that defined the firearms industry during the Wild West. Speaking of iconic firearms, you won't want to miss this next one. Number 23. Remington Model 1875. The Remington Model 1875 is like the underdog story of the Wild West firearms scene. Remington introduced this revolver in 1875 as a direct competitor to Colt's Single Action Army. While it never quite managed to outshine the Peacemaker, it carved out its own niche and earned respect for its quality and performance. One distinctive feature of the Remington Model 1875 was its fixed cylinder, which required loading and unloading one cartridge at a time through a loading gate. This process was a bit slower compared to the rapid reloading of the Smith & Wesson Model 3, but it didn't deter its loyal users. The revolver was chambered in a .44 caliber Remington and .45 Colt, making it a powerful tool in capable hands. Frank James, the older brother of Jesse James, was one of the most notable figures who carried the Remington Model 1875. Its sturdy build and reliable performance made it a favorite among those who needed a dependable sidearm. Now, if you thought that was impressive, wait until you hear about this one. Number 22. Winchester Model 1873, the gun that won the West.
Winchester, the gun that won the West.
The gun that won the West. Even though it's technically a rifle and not a revolver, its impact on the Wild West is so profound that it deserves a spot in any discussion about iconic firearms of that era. Introduced in 1873, this lever-action rifle quickly became a staple among settlers, hunters, and lawmen, and for good reason. The Winchester 1873 was renowned for its reliability and versatility. It was like the Swiss Army knife of rifles, adaptable to various needs. Its lever-action mechanism allowed for rapid firing, which was a game-changer during that time. Imagine being able to fire off multiple rounds without having to reload after each shot. That's a significant advantage whether you're hunting game or in the middle of a standoff. The Winchester Model 1873 played a significant role in shaping the frontier. It was there during pivotal moments in history, aiding in Western expansion and law enforcement. It's fascinating to think that a single piece of technology could have such a lasting impact on the course of American history, and the Winchester 1873 certainly did. Moving on to another legendary piece, let's delve into this one. Number 21, Merwin and Halbert revolvers. One of the standout features of these revolvers was their twist and pull reloading mechanism. This design allows users to quickly eject spent cartridges while keeping the unspent ones in place. In a high-stress situation, this feature was invaluable. Imagine needing to reload in the heat of a gunfight and being able to do so without losing any unfired rounds. Pure genius! These revolvers also had a closed frame design, which made them more durable and less prone to misalignment, providing a more accurate shooting experience. The solid frame also included safety features, like a barrel that could be rotated to rest on an empty chamber, preventing accidental discharges. While they might not have the same iconic status as some other firearms from the Wild West, Merwin and Halbert revolvers are praised for their craftsmanship and durability. They serve as a testament to the ingenuity of firearm designers of that era, offering a unique glimpse into the technological advancements that were shaping the American frontier. And just when you think it can't get any better, here's another classic. Number 20, Colt 1851 Navy Revolver. The Colt 1851 Navy was chambered in a .36 caliber and featured a 7.5-inch barrel. It wasn't called Navy because it was meant for marine time use, but because of the naval battle scene engraved on its cylinder. This revolver was known for its balance and accuracy, making it a favorite among many famous figures of the time. Wild Bill Hickok, for instance, was known to carry a pair of Colt 1851 Navies. Doc Holliday, another legendary figure from the Wild West, also favored this revolver. Its widespread use by such iconic characters only added to its legendary status. The revolver played a significant role in numerous historical events, from gunfights to law enforcement operations. Despite being introduced before the era completely referred to as the Wild West, the Colt 1851 Navy became a staple of that period. Its functional qualities were matched by its aesthetic appeal, often featuring ornate engravings and grips made from exotic materials. Next up, we have a revolver that truly made its mark in history. Number 19, Star Revolver. The Star Revolver might not be as famous as the Colt or Smith & Wesson, but it played a significant role during the Civil War and the Wild West era. This gun was one of the few that came in both double action and single action models, which was quite innovative at the time. Imagine having the option to fire quickly with a double action mechanism, where pulling the trigger both cocks and releases the hammer, or to take a more controlled, precise shot with a single action version. That versatility was a great deal back then. Chambered in .36 and .44 caliber, the Star Revolver was appreciated for its power and reliability. Soldiers in the Civil War valued it for its robust design, and it was particularly noted for its mechanical innovation. The double-action model, while more complex, allowed for faster shooting, which could be a lifesaver in the heat of a battle. However, some soldiers found it less durable and harder to repair in the field compared to the simple, single-action revolvers like the Colt 1851 Navy. Despite its mechanical complexities, the Star Revolver was known for its reliability and played a crucial role during the westward expansion. It's a fascinating piece of history that reminds us that innovation and practicality often went hand in hand in the development of firearms during this tumultuous period in American history. But the list doesn't stop there, folks. Check out this next iconic firearm. Number 18, Lamar Revolver. The Lamar Revolver is one of the most unique and interesting firearms to come out of the Civil War and Wild West era. Designed by Dr. Jean Alexandre Lamar of New Orleans, this revolver was a bit of a hybrid featuring both a conventional revolver barrel and a smooth-bore shotgun barrel. Imagine having a revolver that could also double as a shotgun. Talk about versatility. The main revolver barrel was typically chambered in .42 or .36 caliber, while the central, larger barrel was a smooth-bore designed to fire a shotgun charge. This dual-barrel setup gave users the flexibility to switch between firing regular bullets and a shotgun blast, which could be incredibly useful in close-quarters combat or when facing multiple adversaries. It was a favorite among some Confederate officers during the Civil War and saw limited use in the Wild West. Its substantial weight and bulk made it less practical for everyday carry, but its innovative design made it a standout piece of weaponry. The Lamar Revolver is a testament to the ingenuity of firearm designers of the time, reflecting the constant drive to create more effective and adaptable weapons. Ready for more? This next revolver has a story you'll want to hear. Number 17, Colt Dragon. The Colt Dragon is a true heavyweight from the mid-19th century, developed specifically for the U.S. Army in 1848. This revolver was designed to address the shortcomings of its predecessor, the Walker Colt, while retaining its powerful .44 caliber punch. The Dragon was a beast of a gun, weighing nearly 4.2 pounds when loaded, but that weight was a trade-off for its impressive stopping power and durability. The Dragon was initially intended for mounted troops, or dragoons, hence its name. Its heavy frame and robust design made it ideal for the rigors of cavalry use. The .44 caliber rounds it fired were devastatingly effective, making the Dragon one of the most powerful handguns of its time. Its design incorporated several improvements over the Walker Colt, including a shorter barrel, a more manageable weight, and a sturdier frame. During the Civil War, the Colt Dragon saw extensive use, not just by soldiers, but also by civilians who valued its reliability and firepower. After the war, surplus Dragoons found their way into the hands of many who ventured into the Wild West, further cementing its place in American firearm history. The Dragoon wasn't just a weapon, it was a symbol of the evolving needs and experiences of those who lived through one of the most dynamic periods in American history. Its legacy endures as a testament to the craftsmanship and innovation of Samuel Colt and the era that demanded such powerful weaponry. But wait, there's another revolver that's equally remarkable. Number 16, Colt 1860 Army. This revolver was a direct successor to the hefty Colt Dragon, and it brought some much-needed improvements to the table. Introduced in 1860, it quickly became a favorite due to its lighter weight and more streamlined design. The Colt 1860 Army was chambered in a .44 caliber, just like its predecessor, but it was significantly lighter, making it easier to carry and handle. This was a big deal back then, especially for soldiers who had to lug around their gear all day. The revolver's streamlined design also made it more practical for quick draws and fast shooting, essential traits for both military and civilian use during the tumultuous times of the 1860s. Its impact on history is hard to overstate. The Colt 1860 Army was widely used during the Civil War, favored by both Union and Confederate troops. Its reliability and power made it a staple on the battlefield. After the war, it found its way into the holsters of many heading west, becoming a symbol of frontier justice and survival. But wait, there's another revolver that's equally remarkable. Number 15, Ruger Blackhawk. The Ruger Blackhawk is a fascinating blend of old-school charm and modern innovation. Introduced in 1955 by Sturm, Ruger & Co., this revolver was designed to capture the spirit of the classic single-action revolvers of the Wild West, while incorporating contemporary advancements in firearm technology. It's like a nostalgic nod to the past, with a twist of modern flair. The Blackhawk comes in various calibers, from the powerful .357 Magnum to the classic .45 Colt, offering something for every shooting enthusiast. Its design is a clear homage to the Colt Single Action Army, but with a few modern touches that make it safer and more durable. For instance, the Blackhawk features a transfer bar safety mechanism, which prevents accidental discharges, a significant improvement over the old designs. Even Hollywood loves it, often using the Blackhawk as a stand-in for period-correct revolvers in Western movies and TV shows. This revolver is more than just a firearm. It's a living tribute to the legendary guns that once roamed the American frontier, providing that good design never goes out of style. And now, let's take a closer look at this next remarkable revolver. Number 14, Colt 1849 Pocket. Chambered in a .31 caliber, this revolver was smaller and lighter than its military counterparts like the Colt Dragon or the Colt 1860 Army. Its compact size didn't just make it easy to hide, it also made it more comfortable to carry daily. With barrel lengths varying from 3 to 6 inches, the Colt 1849 Pocket was versatile enough to meet the needs of a wider range of users, from city dwellers to travelers venturing into the wilds. The Colt 1849 Pocket became incredibly popular among civilians. Its ease of use and reliability made it a top choice for those who needed a dependable weapon for self-defense. During the Civil War, it found its way into the hands of some soldiers and officers as a backup weapon. This revolver didn't just protect lives, it became a symbol of self-reliance and personal security during a time when danger could be lurking around any corner. The Colt 1849 Pocket may not have had the firepower of its larger cousins, but it won a different kind of war by offering peace of mind to countless people during a turbulent era of American history. But don't go anywhere, because the next one is just as compelling. Number 13, Colt New Service. The Colt New Service revolver, introduced in 1898, was a real game-changer for both military and law enforcement agencies. This double-action revolver was built on a large frame, making it sturdy and reliable, a must-have for anyone in uniform. It came in various calibers, including a .45 Colt, .44-40, and later .357 Magnum and .38 Special, which made it versatile enough to handle different shooting needs. The New Service was designed for durability and ease of use. Its double-action mechanism allowed for faster follow-up shots, a significant advantage in high-stress situations. The revolver's large frame and robust construction made it suitable for the rigors of military use, and it quickly gained a reputation for its accuracy and hard-hitting power. The Colt New Service stands as a bridge between the rugged firearms of the Wild West and the more modern weapons of the 20th century, embodying a perfect blend of tradition and innovation. Now, brace yourself for a revolver that played a crucial role in history. Number 12, Smith & Wesson Safety Hammerless, or Lemon Squeezer. The Smith & Wesson Safety Hammerless, affectionately known as the Lemon Squeezer, was a standout in the realm of self-defense revolvers. Introduced in 1887, this little gun was all about safety and concealability. It featured a double-action mechanism with an internal hammer, which meant there was no hammer spur to snag on clothing, a big plus for those carrying it in a pocket or a purse. One of the most distinctive features of the Lemon Squeezer was its grip safety. To fire the gun, you had to squeeze the grip, hence the name. This design was intended to prevent accidental discharges, adding an extra layer of safety that was much appreciated by its users. The Lemon Squeezer became very popular among civilians who needed a reliable and discreet means of self-defense. Its ease of use and safety features made it a top choice for those who wanted peace of mind in an increasingly unpredictable world. And if you're a fan of classic firearms, this next one won't disappoint. Number 11, Colt 1877 Thunderer. The Colt 1877 Thunderer holds a unique place in the history of Wild West firearms. Introduced in 1877, this double-action revolver was a single departure from the single-action designs that had dominated the era. Named the Thunderer, it was chambered in a .41 Colt and featured a 6-shot cylinder, often a substantial firepower advantage. The Thunderer's double-action mechanism allowed for rapid firing, as pulling the trigger both cocked and released the hammer. This capability made it particularly attractive to lawmen and civilians who needed to fire quickly in dangerous situations. While it may not achieve the same legendary status as the Colt Single Action Army, The Thunder was carried by some notable figures of the Wild West. Its rapid-fire capability made it a valuable asset, even if its reliability sometimes left something to be desired. Speaking of game changers, this next revolver is a must-see. Number 10. Remington Model 1858. The Remington Model 1858 is another heavyweight from the Civil War era that carried its legacy into the Wild West. This revolver, known for its solid frame design and .44 caliber power, was a favorite among soldiers and civilians alike. Its durability and accuracy made it a standout choice in an age where reliability could mean the difference between life and death. The Model 1858's solid frame was a significant improvement over the open-top designs of the time. This construction provided greater strength and stability, reducing the risk of misalignment and ensuring consistent accuracy. The revolver's design also allowed for easy cylinder removal and reloading, a feature that proved invaluable during the intense and chaotic moments of the battle. During the Civil War, the Remington Model 1858 saw extensive use, earning a reputation for its ruggedness and performance. After the war, many of these revolvers made their way westward, where they continued to serve in the hands of frontiersmen, lawmen, and outlaws. The Model 1858 is remembered not only for its battlefield prowess, but also for its role in the westward expansion of the United States. But the hits keep coming, so let's check out another standout. Number 9. Colt Walker. The Colt Walker is a true behemoth in the world of revolvers. Co-designed by none other than Samuel Colt himself and Texas Ranger Captain Samuel Walker back in 1847. This revolver was born out of necessity during the Mexican-American War, where firepower and durability were paramount. The Walker was a .44 caliber powerhouse, known for its heavy and imposing design. Imagine carrying around a revolver that weighed nearly 5 pounds when loaded. That's the Colt Walker for you. It was built to be powerful enough to take down both enemy soldiers and their horses. This beast could deliver 6 shots with a devastating punch, making it a formidable weapon in the hands of soldiers. Its impact was significant. The Colt Walker not only proved its worth in the Mexican-American War, but also laid the groundwork for future Colt revolvers. It symbolized early innovation in firearm design, showcasing Colt's ability to create powerful, reliable weapons that could withstand the rigors of battle. Now, get ready for a revolver that has an incredible backstory. Number 8. Smith & Wesson Model 1. The Smith & Wesson Model 1 holds a special place in the annals of firearm history as the first successful American metallic cartridge revolver. Introduced in 1857, this little revolver revolutionized the world of firearms with its innovative design. Before the Model 1, most revolvers used loose powder and ball, which were cumbersome and slow to reload. The introduction of the metallic cartridge changed everything. This new design allowed for quicker reloading and greater reliability, paving the way for the modern firearms we know today. The impact of the Smith & Wesson Model 1 was profound. It wasn't just a small step forward, it was a giant leap that transformed the industry. This revolver made it clear that metallic cartridges were the future, influencing countless other designs that followed. It's fascinating to think about how such a small, unassuming gun could bring about such a monumental change in firearm technology. And just when you think you've seen it all, here's another iconic piece. Number 7. Colt 1861 Navy. The Colt 1861 Navy is often considered one of the most elegant and refined revolvers of its time. Introduced as an improved version of the Colt 1851 Navy, this .36 caliber revolver features sleeker design and better balance, making it a favorite among many users during the Civil War and the Wild West era. The 1861 Navy was known for its accuracy and reliability, essential traits for a weapon used in both combat and daily frontier life. Its design improvements included a rounded barrel and a streamlined frame, which not only made it more aesthetically pleasing but also easier to handle and shoot. Both Union and Confederate soldiers used the Colt 1861 Navy during the Civil War, and it continued to be popular among civilians and lawmen in the Wild West. Its blend of beauty and functionality made it a prized possession. The 1861 Navy stands as a testament to Samuel Colt's genius in firearm design, balancing form and function in a way that few other weapons of the time could match. But there's more where that came from with this next fascinating revolver. Number 6. Remington Model 1866. The Remington Model 1866 is a fascinating example of how firearm technology transitioned from the old cap and ball systems to the new metallic cartridge designs. This revolver was essentially a conversion of the Remington Model 1858, adapted to use the more modern metallic cartridges that were becoming standard. Chambered in a .44 caliber, the Model 1868 retained the solid frame design that made the 1858 so durable and reliable. This solid frame was crucial in maintaining accuracy and longevity, even with the new cartridge system. The conversion process involved adding a new breech end to accommodate the cartridges, which was a significant innovation at the time. The impact of the Remington Model 1866 was substantial. It represented the bridge between the two eras of firearm technology, showing how existing designs could be adapted to new advancements. This revolver not only provided a reliable weapon for its users, but also set the stage for future developments in firearm design. Moving on, let's explore another legendary firearm. Number 5. Smith & Wesson Model 2 Army. The Smith & Wesson Model 2 Army, introduced during the Civil War, quickly became a favorite for its reliability and ease of use. Chambered in a .32 caliber, this revolver featured a top break design that made it simple to reload, a critical advantage in the heat of battle. Soldiers and civilians alike appreciated the Model 2 Army for its compact size and dependable performance. Its top break mechanism allowed for the shooter to eject spent cartridges and reload quickly, a significant improvement over earlier designs that required more time-consuming reloading processes. The impact of the Model 2 Army was far-reaching. Its design set a new standard for ease of use and reliability in revolvers, influencing many subsequent firearms. For those who carried it during the tumultuous times of the Civil War in the Wild West, it provided a sense of security and reliability that was invaluable. And now, let's uncover the story behind this next revolver. Number 4. Colt Army Special. The Colt Army Special, introduced in 1908, is a fascinating piece of firearm history that served as a bridge between the Wild West and the modern era of law enforcement. This revolver was chambered in a .38 caliber and featured a double-action mechanism, making it a versatile and reliable weapon. The double-action design allowed for quicker, successive shots, a crucial feature for both military and police work. Initially designed for the military, the Colt Army Special quickly gained favor with law enforcement agencies across the country. It was known for its durability, accuracy, and ease of use, making it an ideal sidearm for police officers. The revolver's robust construction ensured that it could withstand the daily wear and tear of law enforcement duties. Over time, the Colt Army Special evolved into the Colt Official Police, continuing its legacy of service. This transition marked a significant step in the development of modern law enforcement firearms. The Colt Army Special's impact is still felt today, as it set the standard for police revolvers for decades. It symbolizes the evolution of firearm technology and its adaptation to the needs of a changing society. But hold on, because the next revolver is equally noteworthy. Number 3. Remington Smoot Revolver. The Remington Smoot revolver, introduced in the 1870s, was designed with personal protection in mind. This small, pocket-sized revolver was available in various calibers, making it a versatile choice for civilians who needed a reliable and concealable weapon. What made the Remington Smoot stand out was its compact size and ease of use. It was small enough to be carried discreetly in a pocket or purse, yet powerful enough to provide effective self-defense. Its design included a solid frame and a simple, robust mechanism, which contributed to its reliability and popularity. Civilians quickly embraced the Remington Smoot revolver for its practicality and effectiveness. It was especially favored by those who needed a dependable weapon for everyday carry. The revolver's compact size and straightforward design made it a top choice for personal protection, and it played a significant role in the self-defense landscape of the time. Let's dive into the details of another iconic firearm. Number 2. Colt New Line. The Colt New Line, introduced in the 1870s, was Colt's answer to the growing demand for pocket revolvers. This small, easy, concealable firearm came in various calibers, catering to the different needs and preferences. Its design focused on providing a compact and reliable option for personal protection. One of the key features of the Colt New Line was its size. It was small enough to be carried comfortably in a pocket, making it an ideal choice for civilians who needed a discreet weapon. Despite its compact dimensions, the New Line was known for its reliability and effective performance, ensuring that users could trust it in critical situations. The Colt New Line quickly became popular among civilians for its convenience and dependability. It represented a shift towards more practical and user-friendly firearm designs, reflecting the changing needs of the time. The New Line's success helped cement Colt's reputation for innovation and quality in the world of personal protection firearms. Ready for another? This next revolver has a history worth knowing. Number 1. Webley Bulldog. The Webley Bulldog, a British-made revolver, gained significant popularity in the American West for its power and portability. This compact revolver, typically chambered in a .44 caliber, was favored by both lawmen and outlaws alike for its formidable stopping power and easy concealment. The Bulldog's design was simple yet effective. Its compact frame made it easy to carry, while the large caliber ensured that it packed a serious punch. This combination of portability and power made it a highly desirable weapon for those who needed reliable protection in the often lawless regions of the American frontier. Lawmen appreciated the Webley Bulldog for its reliability and effectiveness in close-quarters combat, while outlaws valued its concealable nature and powerful shot. The Bulldog's impact extended beyond its practical use. It became a symbol of personal power and protection in a time when both were in high demand. So, what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below.